Alright, time for part two. So as I left off, we were talking about the ideas for the story that I made for the character who was named. Uh, his human name is Jay Relum, but his superhero name was Jin Ryu. So basically, I came up with this idea to actually put a character from different franchises into the DC universe where it comes to Teen Titans. But like I said, it doesn't just go for the Teen Titans. There are many other characters that I've made as well. But I might as well just point these characters out as well before I explain a little bit more of the storyline of the main character. These new characters on the hero side, there's one I made called Doberman, Calibloom, Volcanarus, Tennisujin. I might have said that wrong because I don't know. That's basically a cybernetic version of a ninja. But I think one was called Cosmic Fire. I could be wrong on that. I have the name on the flash drive. It's very hard now since my computer is completely busted and dead. But there's others like Gina Asuka, which is another one that I made up. Arta Cold kind of looks a little bit like Magneto because I've been actually taking pictures from the DC Online thing and basically using that as the idea to show you. So if I get a picture of those, I could show you the idea of what I'm doing. And I do not own the rights to those pictures because they are actually owned by DC. Just want to point that out. So there are other, and then on the villain side, well, also on the hero side, I forgot to mention Motorhead, who was originally a villain. But on the villain side, I thought I'd come up with this Metal Gear Solid type of relationship between the main character and one of the main villains, who is known as Catalyst. He's basically inspired by the idea of like the brother of the main character, because the brother is actually a clone like him, because these both were made in an actual facility. But I'm not going to say by who and where and all that because I'm still typing that up. I'm still making the part of the story to it. But basically, he's like the Liquid Snake, and basically the other character is like Solid Snake. Basically, tragic characters, man-made, but not really man-made, more in scientifically, but more in sense of magic, science, technology, and so and so. So basically, you have the person named Catalyst, who's actually the brother and arch nemesis. I've come up with another one called Mega Pain. He was the mixture of an idea from Hannibal Lecter. Who was the other one? Hannibal Lecter, and I think it was Freddy Krueger that I thought of for that one, but I scrapped the idea to put that one with the Freddy Krueger look, and I just gave him the gloves with the spikes and all that, and with the the masks and all that. But I also have a different picture of him as well. But that's basically the idea I had for that character, and then I started taking pictures of more from the DC universe, looking at people, looking at what they created as well. But decided to come up with a different point, a different look from that character. There's one that I took. And instead, I decided to rename this guy something different because he looked cool. He was in this black kind of vest and all, and I decided, hey, you know what? Just change the outfit a little bit. Somewhat keep the logo on the left and add the kind of goggles into that, and you can make him look like Doctor Octopus. But I decided to call him Captain Coronos, and he was basically an idea that I had, which was a mixture of Dr. Octopus and Dr. Satan from House of a Thousand Corpses. Although he doesn't look anything like Dr. Satan or Dr. Octopus, but he looks more like a mixture of a SWAT unit member and a mad scientist with retro goggles. So I gave him the Captain Kronos thing, and he was also based off of Kronos from the band Venom. So I figured I'd give him that sort of thing to it because it took me a very long while to think of. But then we also had these other characters that everything just came to mind. And this one, to me, and this is just my opinion, but I think it was a very perfect idea to finally put in. That if you've ever seen Sonic Adventure, if you ever played Sonic Adventure or played Pokemon Crystal, Gold, or Silver, Perfect Chaos, the mural version, if you look at like the wall where it shows the painting or the sculpture of Perfect Chaos, infused it with Feraligatr. just minus the feet and minus maybe the arms and just minus what everything that Chaos would look like in the real version, but just mix the mural version with Feraligatr and a hybrid. That is something I actually had a dream about that. That was actually something that gave me the idea to make a top villain for that character as well. I mean, I just never thought I would actually take something from a dream and actually put it in with that. And then also, of course, yes, there's more. There becomes a villain. The father of the main character is also, he's part villain, but he's also, he's basically like an anti-hero. But the thing of it is, he's basically the failure of the son who actually becomes the successor, killing Trigon. But I'm not going to explain the whole Trigon thing because it's more something I'm actually going to release when I'm comfortable with it, because I'm not done. But basically, it still shares a Metal Gear Solid type of relationship and all. Yeah, TV stuff. But in the end, he's kind of like what you would see as Big Boss and like the Solid Snake thing. But eventually, there's going to be a time for that later on, so I will get to that idea as well. So I'm basically still trying to piece together the relationships between all these characters that I'm putting together. Doberman being one of the prime essential characters that actually establishes one of these father and son relationships to the main character, J. Realm or Jin Ryu, who establishes a father figure unlike his anti-hero father. But basically, there's more to it than that. There are old characters that do play a role, along with the essential new characters that come around to it. You can think of it as as like Tekken or Mortal Kombat, as it basically expands its stories across now. It may not make sense to people about what I'm doing, but it's basically the story idea. As soon as when I actually get this all finished and put into a binder and then just shown as a rough draft and then putting it into a paragraph form, if I actually release that story, I will do. And there is another villain, though, and I'm just going to try to say this in an anonymous way as possible, but there is one villain that I forgot to mention that I based off an infamous YouTuber. Not going to say his name, but basically he's so sinister and so full of himself, I decided, hey, you know what, I'm going to make him into a villain, and I'm going to make him into someone who makes it into the top part, because he himself, it was a way for me to express anger or something like that, and I wanted to present him into something like that, taking aggression and pushing it within a story. So that's something I'm really pushing myself forward to. But before I end this off right here, I'm just going to say it's not just going to be a DC story that I'm going to be working on. I'm going to be working on a Star Wars Old Republic story. I basically named myself as a Sith Lord in that storyline, but I might change it up a bit. But it goes from a Sith Lord to a Jedi. That's one story that I'm going to be working on next, but that's going to be a long, long while, because I'm still trying to get all this and work around the whole computer issue. And I still need to actually work on one of the horror stories I made called The Illusion. I never really finished that. I really never finished any story. And basically now with this whole computer situation, it's really hard, but I'm really looking forward to doing this. If I at least still have the stories and find a way to get my stuff recovered, that would be so great, and I would be so just, thankful to have what I have. So I'm going to end it off saying you guys have a good night. If you didn't want to hear me bitch moan, complain, or just talk about something that I can understand, I feel for you. So anyways, gotta go. Catch you later. This is on the Thrashman Guru account, by the way. So don't think I lost my aggressiveness, because later on, you're going to have to fucking deal with it. Catch you guys later.